Either the algorithm is getting scary smart and reading what one video is saying and suggesting others that are eerily similar, or I just stumbled upon some crazy alleged confirmation. This guy thinks he found a match to Rosemarie Bly on Candace's page 4 years ago, but I just seen this. What do you think? Seems to match the profile overlay extremely well in my opinion.
I wanted to talk about in the video and said that they were Candace's mother. The screen name was Don't Do That. It says, I'm Candace's mother. Summer broke her neck going down to basement. She fell down the steps. She was half asleep when we got home. Candace wanted to call 911, but Donald told her, no, I'm coming home. And so I was like shocked at first, and I put like the 3 dots. I said, can you send me proof somehow that you're Candace's mother? And they said, need to take a cadaver dogs. He placed her in the wall in one of them houses he was working on. My daughter is not getting the blame for this. She is scared of him. And, you know, obviously I still think it's probably nothing and just somebody trolling. But the troubling thing that like makes me think is after all that, she said, I don't care if you're here, Donald. Which really, really like makes me feel weird about it. Like, I feel like if it was just a troll, they would have said, I don't care if you're here, Don. You know? When they said, I don't care if you're here, Donald, it just kind of like made me think. I did send this to TBI as well, but just wanted to share this with everybody to see if you guys had any other information. It's not for clickbait or anything. It's 2 things I'm generally wondering about, this and the Rose Bly thing. And after this, after she said, I don't care if you're here, Donald, I said, you know, don't do that. If you'd like to email me privately, you know, and tell me about this, you know, I'd be happy to help you in any way that I can. And they said, okay. And they deleted all the other messages. So I have no idea. I just wanted to share this with you guys. I appreciate you tuning in to the Jackson Files. And those of you that tune into my other videos, I really appreciate you guys helping spread awareness.
Alleged interview with a man named Jose who stayed with Candace and Allie while Don was in Utah and has now died since allegedly.
Range 21848. This is an interesting point. This is what Jose thinks could have happened to Summer. So it's interesting to hear his point of view.
In your opinion, Jose, what do you think could have happened to Summer? I actually haven't asked you that directly.
Honestly, I don't really want to even think about it, but, you know, for them to say she was abducted, I don't believe that at all. 100% of my heart, no. Mm-hmm. I honestly believe something happened in the house, and Summer got very hurt, and I believe that she passed, and they threw her in the car, and they took her somewhere so no one can find her again, and they're trying to blame it on someone else. That's honestly what I believe. I believe an accident happened in that home. You know, something real bad happened. And, you know, I only say this because of the living conditions that they were in. Accidents everywhere. You know, if you trip or fall, you might hit a nail, you know, or hit the table. There were jagged edges, you know, from the bar table that they supposedly built above the stairs. You know, when you went down those stairs, there were nails exposed on the 2x4. She could have went down the stairs and, God forbid, hit a nail and then fell down the stairs and broke her neck or something, you know. And they or hit the table. There were jagged edges, you know, from the bar table that they supposedly built above the stairs. You know, when you went down those stairs, there were nails exposed on the 2x4. She could have went down the stairs and, God forbid, hit a nail and then fell down the stairs and broke her neck or something, you know. And they freaked out and they're, what the hell are we going to...
And said that they were Candace's mother. The screen name was Don't Do That. It says, I'm Candace's mother. Summer broke her neck going down to basement. She fell down the steps. She was half asleep when we got home. Candace wanted to call 911, but Donald told her, no, I'm